Good morning. It is a deliciously lazy Saturday today. I'm gonna awkwardly put on my apron for you. But hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Um, Today is the last day that we're running the promotion for free coffee gear when you sign up and subscribe to become a Tezpresso member. Um, so, of course, I'll get into that in a second, but I also just want to brew some coffee and show off my brand new overhead shot, which is exciting. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can get my face in there too. Yes, I can. Things are working. This is brilliant. Okay. Oh, yes. Everything's in sync. Last time I tried to do this, that was not the case. And yeah, you can hear the kids in the background. Always fun. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I need to make some coffee. We need to get this going. And yeah, I'll talk briefly about each of the options that you have for your free coffee gear. Free coffee gear. And hey, I don't know if I make this clear enough often enough, but everything that I do is just so that you can brew better coffee at home and have a better morning. For me in particular, like getting into coffee has been a game-changing thing for my morning routine. It's I don't know. It's like a ritual. It's grounding. It's an enjoyable process, and you get a much better, clearer caffeination. Like you just feel better when you're drinking good coffee. And if you know that you've put that. Oh, wait a second. Oh, still smells amazing. And if you know that you've put that effort in to brew better coffee, it just enhances the experience. It increases your enjoyment and appreciation. And that's like the best way to start the day. Like I've been super into morning routines forever. And up until I had kids, my morning routine was pretty solid. Then we had kids and it's gone completely to hell. And I'm slowly getting back into having a solid morning routine now that my kids are 2 and 4. God, they're 2 and 4 next month. Oof, oof. That's gonna be crazy. All right. So I'm going to be doing a pour over because that is what all of the free coffee gear is centered around. Let's get that in the picture. Bam. That is what all of the free coffee gear is centered around. It is pour over, which I think is one of the best methods to get started in if you are looking to explore specialty coffee. It's a little bit more tedious, it's a little bit more involved, so if you're just like into that convenient thing, then pour over might not be the best option. AeroPress might be a slightly better option. And of course, all of the other like super convenient options, like if that's your thing, cool, sweet, but that's not what I do. So yeah, let's start brewing. So introducing each of the products. First of all, we have, oh, this is interesting that I can do it from this angle. Okay, so first of all, we have this beautiful scale. So this is one of the options that you can get for free when you sign up and subscribe. And if you don't have a scale already, I highly recommend it. It is useful for not only coffee, but also like cooking and baking and all that jazz. The thing that I like about this particular scale is that it's not expensive. So if it breaks, it doesn't kill you. I have broken so many expensive scales, either from like dropping them or from like pouring water on them. It's not fun. This one is relatively water resistant, so it's got this nice little like silicone cap thing up here. I've spilled a good amount of water on these, and I think I've only broken one and was able to get like 3 years of use out of it. It is accurate up to zero point 0.1 gram, which is that's perfect for brewing coffee. It also comes with a timer. Oh, I don't know if you can see all that stuff on the screen. So it's super accurate. It's relatively fast. It's not like the fastest scale that I've used, but it is very fast for what it is. And it also has, and when I say fast, I mean like how quickly it registers and reads what's going on there. So that timer helps quite a bit. And I didn't even do my research and figure out what my own prices are, but I think we sell this for around $15. I think each of the items that we are giving away are retail for around $15. Of course, then we have the carafe, the glass carafe, the humble carafe. This is, I'm not going to lie, you don't need this. This is not important. It looks cool, it looks beautiful, and that's about it. But when you're brewing coffee, you can do it into any kind of vessel. All right. Then after the carafe, we also have the V60 brewer. So this is the core of the pour over method that I recommend starting with, the V60 pour over. And it is it's just a simple cone brewer with oh wait, we gotta do it this way, with a open hole on the bottom so that flow is not restricted, or I should say that flow is restricted more by your grind than it is by the actual vessel. So some of the pour overs that you'll see out there are gonna have like a flat bottom with a couple of tiny little holes, and those are designed to restrict the flow based on the actual vessel itself and not the grind of your coffee, so that you end up with like you're pouring in and like even if you're on the slightly coarser side, your flow rate is going to be very slow, which can be, it's a little bit more forgiving, it can be easier, but it's not my preferred method. All right, so there's that. Let's see, what else are we doing? Oh yeah, of course, you can choose the basket case. I think this is the only one that's on there that's a $20 option. And again, this is one of my absolute favorite little toys. I'll show you how it works here in a second when I grind up the coffee. But it is a 250 micron filter that's inside of that little bad boy. And you just grind your coffee in there, grind it in there, give it a couple of shakes, and then what it does is it filters out all of the tiniest pieces. So then inside of this vessel right here, you're left with the tiniest little like coffee dust pieces. And that means that you get a more even grind size, even from like a lower quality grinder or like an entry level grinder. And then you end up with like a more even grind size leads to a more even extraction, and you get a better tasting cup. So this is an absolutely amazing tool. It's like anti-static. So if you have like a plastic grind receptacle, I'm sure you've run into that situation where there's just like dust flying everywhere, and chaff from your coffee, and it's just like really, really messy. This cuts down on that quite a bit, and I can't believe that there aren't more of these in the West, in the U.S. They're like critical as far as I'm concerned. All right, so there's that. Let's go ahead and grind up some coffee. All right, let's see if I can show this off. So we give it a couple of shakes, and you can already see in there all of that coffee dust that's coming out. Okay, we'll set that to the side. One of the other options, if you already have all of the pour over gear, you can choose to just get a 100-pack of V60 filters. This particular brand I really enjoy because it has like the box turns into this cool little holder. And then one other option is a gooseneck kettle. Not this particular one. This gooseneck kettle is significantly more expensive, but this gooseneck kettle is a great little starter option for beginning to explore specialty coffee and V60 pour overs. So the reason you want a gooseneck kettle is so that you have some control over the pour speed and flow rate and direction of the water. And that's important for V60. It's less important for other pour over methods, less important for almost any other. I'm trying to think off the top of my head if I'm just making stuff up. So if you wanted to get into V60, get a gooseneck kettle. Doesn't really matter what kind. This is a nice size for 1 or 2 cups of coffee, but if you want a bigger one, you'll need to get something a little bit bigger than that. So that's always an option. I also really like the design of this one. It has on the inside, it's got the, let's see if we can get that in camera. Shows you in millimeters or ounces the volume of what you're pouring in. It's got this nice Teflon coating on the outside. It's food grade stainless steel. Just a beautiful little piece of equipment. Simple, easy to design, or easy design, easy to use. Oh, sounds like the kids are causing some issues over there. Okay, look at that. So you can see that already those grinds are much cleaner because there's none of that coffee dust sitting around on them. Let's actually see how much we got out of it. Look at that. That's from one grind. All of that came from one grind of 30 grams of coffee. And there's still some stuck on the outside here. It blows my mind every time. And so yes, there is a concern of waste. Like, okay, I just ground up this coffee and now I'm wasting all of this coffee dust. Yes, that's true. And that would be one of the bigger reasons why you might want to upgrade and get a better grinder so that it naturally produces a more even grind size, a more even distribution. But I have too much coffee. It's not a huge worry for me. The last thing that you want to do, though, is throw that in there and then over-extract some of your coffee and end up with, a wider range of extraction, a worse-tasting cup. All right, and delicious bloom. Oh, and you know what? I almost forgot to give a plug to our featured coffee this month. Today is also the last day to get the featured coffee this month. The Tiny House Finca San Victor. It's a Guatemala with lots of like syrupy cherry notes. It's phenomenal. Okay, let's see. Am I missing anything? We have the basket case. We have that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so no, I hit all of the different products that we have, and I'm done talking about that. Now I'm just back into brewing coffee. So let's go ahead and get this pour going after 30 seconds of bloom. And these next couple of days, I'm going to be experimenting. I forget what it's called, but I think it was the 2017 barista champion in like Thailand or something, who used this method of pour over where he just did a circular motion for the bloom, and then the rest of it he just kind of like dumped straight down the center. And it may be the particular coffee that he was using, but he liked that there was a wider range of under extracted and over extracted. So you can see right now how some of those grinds are hanging out along the sides of that filter. He wanted that. And I've read some articles where people are saying, hey, I've had a lot of success with this method and I don't understand it. So I can't wait to dig into that and kind of explore, hey, what's going on here? Why is this a more enjoyable method for some people? I don't know. But for the time being, we're going to continue using the 4-6 method with a little bit of Scott Rao thrown in there. We're going to swirl this at the end. And for this particular coffee, I found like a 1 to 16. The standard pour over ratio has made me very happy. Sometimes I go down a little bit to like 1 to 15, 1 to 14 when I'm chasing that syrupy mouthfeel. But I have found that the cherry notes that come from that syrupy mouthfeel come out better at a slightly higher ratio. All right, so there you have it. Let me cut back to my face. Probably should have been doing that back and forth between this whole thing. But I have no idea what I'm doing. Other than brewing coffee, which I enjoy. So again, last chance today. Go sign up on tezpress.coffee or tezpress.com. Sign up for any of these subscriptions at the in your cart or at checkout. You'll be presented with an option up at the top that says click here for your free gift. You click it and you get your choice of any one of these things. Again, they are making splashes. They are the carafe, which I don't recommend you get unless you really like carafes. I like them. I have like 4 that I use consistently. It is another option. Option number 2 is the V60 brewer. Don't let it drip all over your stuff. This is critical for actually getting into V60 pour over stuff. The third option is the beautiful water resistant scale. Fourth option is this nifty little Teflon coated gooseneck kettle. Fifth option, of course, and probably the best value, is the basket case. And this is usable not just with the V60, but with any other method. And then last but not least, if you have your V60 set up and you just want some extra filters, you can get a pack of 100 added to your cart. For free. All right, that's all I got today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful lazy Saturday. It's not going to be lazy for me. I got to go take care of these kids. And I think we're going to go to the park and take some pictures. So we'll see. Anyways, stay caffeinated. We've got a brew along coming on tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.